Hey, it's D. It's a brand new episode coming right for you, right on the FTO Network. Enjoy. What's up? D here, FTO Nerd Talk, a brand new episode of FTO Podcast. This is... I feel like I needed this. I was going to do it yesterday, but just so much going on with me right now. And, you know, the weight of the world is crushing ever so much in my chest on a daily. So I told myself, you know what? Do it by Friday, make sure it's done by Friday, and just go with it. And it being, of course, the podcast. Like, put the podcast out there, just have fun, take your time with it. There's a few more podcasts coming out this week. I had an interview with a few people. Crystal Lavelle. Crystal, her last name is escaping. Lavero. She said it to me on the podcast. You know, you guys know how terrible I am with last names. Awful with it. Also got a brand new comic point with Yo a Nerd coming out pretty soon too. We're talking about Shang-Chi, the new Shang-Chi and Robin. So be on the lookout for that podcast / YouTube video out there. But you know, you guys know why you're here. You're here for the news. You're here to watch me or listen to me talk about this, that, and the other. If you guys remember a guest I've had on recently, Anton Six of Cheesy Controller Podcast. He was recently married this weekend, so congrats to him. Bravo to him. I've also been trying to put myself out there a little bit more into the world. I'm seeing right now there's a tampon shortage during the pandemic and inflation situation that's going on. I don't mean to chuckle. It's just like there's literally so much crap going on right now that it's like it's hard to keep yourself sane. if I can say that. It's hard to keep yourself sane throughout all of this. It really is. I've also recently caught up on Young Justice. And if you guys haven't watched Young Justice of late, oh my goodness. Like, wow. They are doing some things with that show. It is... If you haven't watched Young Justice Phantoms this season, this is like much different than all the other Young Justice. Like even like the first original season, it has like that twist that like the first season had, but like the like what the fuck kind of mentality that the second season had, and it is nothing at all like the third season. If you guys remember the third season of Young Justice, it was not the strongest. Not the strongest of the series, but let's get on with the news. First off, with Everything Everywhere All at Once, it's arriving on all streaming networks to pay, of course, like the pay streaming networks. So like it's $20 to pay for. I think it's $7 to rent or $4 depending on whichever platform you're using. But you can rent, you can own. It's out there like for your enjoyment right now. I haven't had a chance to watch it. I feel like if I do watch it, it'll have to be like an episodes where I'm watching it and talking to you guys at the same time. And since I can use my cell phone to do all this stuff now, I may have to go that route to go with it instead of using like my whole computer setup. I don't know about you guys or whomever else is out there is like a podcaster who does podcasting. Like if you guys like have like an office and you can do stuff like that, I'm pretty sure that's one thing. I don't have that luxury, but like setting all that stuff up over and over again is tedious as hell. So it's not for me. So using my cell phone for everything, luckily, thankfully, I have a brand new-ish cell phone, so that's better for me. But next up, we have Nicholas Pinnock to play Muhammad Ali in a biographical film called A God Amongst Men. And I don't know, I think it's about time to see a new Ali iteration. And like Pinnock from Life, most of us seen Life. I talked about it quite a few times on my page. It's an ABC show of a man who was falsely accused, had to become a lawyer to get himself out of prison. Like, it was a really, really good show. I think it peaked after the first season simply because, like, if this is spoilers, like, if you watch the show live, like, he gets out of prison after the first season, and then, like, he becomes, like, an attorney for, like, other like incarcerated people, which is interesting. Yeah, but like that's not what like the show we all signed up for. So like it kind of like took us out of the show for a bit, but like we couldn't like just see him wandering prison all season, like for like the entire duration of the show. It would have been too much. It would have been way too much to keep on watching that. But it was a good show. If you get a chance, like check out Hulu, check it out. It's an ABC show, so it's definitely on Hulu. So give it a look. Lakeith Stanfield to star in The Harder They Fall. Director Jameen Samuels, The Book of Clarence. Book of Clarence. I think the Book of Clarence is Clarence is a musician. It's always cool seeing Lakeith Stanfield do different roles. I'm not sure why like they had to highlight the fact like it's like the director of The Harder They Fall, but like I guess like they're working again together. So that's cool. Like we liked seeing Lakeith in The Harder They Fall. He was a great antagonist. I wouldn't even call him a bad guy, just more of an antagonist. I think he was a guy who just liked to kill. I am waiting for the day to see Lakeith in like a DC film. Not a Marvel film. I want to see Lakeith Stanfield in a DC film. Like I think he will lend himself wondrously to a DC villain. Like period. Like giving him the reins of a DC character. Maybe like a Jason Todd. Like I feel like how about this? If I get a DC Batman film with Ben Affleck, if they make Lakeith Jason Todd, I will shut up about Ben Affleck. Like that is my compromise with DC Comics. If you give me Lakeith Stanfield as Jason Todd, I will shut up about Ben Affleck being Batman. Like completely stop talking about it. I give you my word. Owen Wilson superhero movie Secret Headquarters coming to Paramount Plus. This is cool. Like they're keeping that superhero train going. I don't think Paramount Plus has any kind of superhero genre. Like Sonic, maybe? I think it's about the closest they have. Like, if you want to count Star Trek as superhero, I mean, if you really think about it, like every DC superhero character has like a similar kind of tale to Starfleet members. Like, like broken childhoods, like not close to their families, trying to do like the better good for people. Like they're similarly like the same kind of like character tropes. So like for those of us who love like DC and like the altruistic superheroes, like it's no real stretch like that some of us gravitate towards Star Trek. It's like it makes sense. Like they're essentially superheroes, but scientists also. It's a little similar. At least I think so. And like, if you want to really put it for a stretch, I say Mission Impossible, which I've been watching on binge of late, is a good similar to it. But I think Mission Impossible is more like the American James Bond, if I can say that. That's probably a stretch. Next we have The Flight Attendant is unlikely to return for season 3, says star Kaylee Kuko. Which is okay. Like, I didn't finish the first season, and then I started watching the second season, and it didn't hit. Like, it had, like, some cool scenes inside of it, but, like, I didn't really... It felt like an ABC show or a CBS show, just, more sex, more nudity, more foul language. It seemed like the same type of tropes that you used to seeing, just... You can see the stuff that you don't really see that's edited out of those shows, and like it didn't really do it for me. Like the quality is good, the cinematography great, the acting is like superb. It really is. Like the cinematography is so good. Like it's like it's a really clean looking show. It's HBO Max, so of course it is. It's just like it didn't really hit for me. So, but hey, we still got her on the same network. She's doing Harley Quinn. So there you go. And Harley Quinn is like A+. So, Death to the Salesman revival starring Wendell Price, which is my dude from the Tom Clancy stories. What's the name of that show? The Tom Clancy story that's recently with the guy who plays the Fantastic Four. My wife is gonna kill me because like we watched this show like crazy. but he plays like Greer on that show. Yeah. And Sharon D. Clark finds Broadway home set preview date. I think the date was September. I forget the article. But like if you guys follow me on all my platforms, like you'll see it pretty soon on Instagram and you'll see it eventually on Twitter. Like just keep following me, it'll pop up eventually. Or, search all this stuff yourself. I will not be putting links in the show notes because these are a lot of articles for me to post, and I am sorry about that. So let's see. If you guys watched my latest episode or the previous episode of FTO News, if you haven't, make sure you follow my YouTube to get every episode of my FTO News. I've been putting these out there, having fun with it, trying to to get over myself, find my voice, and like talk about these kinds of stuff. But Isabella Merced, latest to join Dakota Fanning and Sony's Marvel pick, Madam Web. So Madam Web is in a movie. Dakota Johnson, is going to be inside of it, and Isabella Merced from Knives Out is going to be in this as well. We don't know what the story is going to be. We have no idea what the story is going to be. We don't know who these characters are going to be. We don't know how any of this is going to play out. I think it may be coming out after the new Miles multiverse story, animated one. And if I'm a betting man, I feel like they're going to try to connect all of this together. I think we may get some Easter eggs inside of this new Miles multiverse story. And like with the Morbius, them trying to re-release that, which is interesting to say the least. Like if you guys haven't heard, they're re-releasing the Morbius movie to theaters. Like it's like they thought they can do better. Like, post-interval COVID. I don't know. People still aren't going to movies, so I don't know why they're doing that. But it's, they're coming back to theaters. Venom 2 did fairly well in theaters. So, they got Venom on lock, period. Like, regardless, Venom is on lock. And I think Spider-Man has 2 more films or some cameos at Marvel still. Then he goes back to Sony. So, regardless, like, Spider-Man, no matter what you say about MCU and like your dislike for Sony keeping the character that they bought, Spider-Man puts butts in seats. Spider-Man makes bank because this last Spider-Man film showed us that. It broke record during a pandemic. So whatever you want to say about Spider-Man is irrelevant because like he makes it happen. And if they go with the same old trope of, either the love story Spider-Man, the clone, oh my God, could you imagine a Clone Saga Spider-Man movie? Oh my God. Hey, Sony, Spookma, if you're listening to this right now, and like you do this Clone Saga Spider-Man, just make me like a extra, man. I'm in Atlanta. Like just hit me up. Email me. Like I'm in. I will be an extra in a Clone Saga Spider-Man film. Especially if you introduce Kane. Are you serious? And like from the trailer that we saw, like the multiverse Spider-Man film, we're gonna see Miguel in there. Are you serious? Yes. 100 times yes. Also, something you may have seen in the FTO News, it's going to be Lord of the Rings Gollum release. Finally confirmed. I think that's 2023. So next year, that's going to be coming out. LeBron James is the first active NBA player to become a millionaire. Active. Because Michael Jordan is like the first NBA player to reach $1 billion. I think he reached $1 billion after his career. I think Magic Johnson is on that list also. And recently, some news just broke that Tiger Woods is now a billionaire. Don't care too much for Tiger Woods. Like Tiger Woods doesn't see himself as black, so Tiger Woods can go kick rocks for all I care. So there you go. Hey man, as the saying go, not all skin folk is kinfolk. So there you go. Cobra Kai, Alicia Hannah Kim to star as South Korean sensei in season 5. Dallas Dupree Young upgraded to series regular. And I thought this show was going to end by season 5, but like the way they're talking in these headlines, where like they're adding more people like as a series regular, it tells me that like maybe these shows are not going to be ending. like Cobra Kai is going to keep on going, or it's a Netflix show. Netflix numbers are slumping. Stranger Things is ending. The whole Upside Down Man series is going on right now with that, and thankfully we're also getting a new Castlevania series. Also, this new like teaser that just dropped. I think it's Nocturnal Castlevania. It takes place in like the. From what I see in the trailer, it feels like like the pirate type era, like the wig British era. So maybe like the 1400s, maybe the 1600s, and we're getting like that from Castlevania. Stranger Things is ending, and Cobra Kai is still going strong with Netflix. So it's a whole lot of different things going on with this, but I feel like Netflix need to get themselves back on track, and so stuff like this or spin-off of things like this is probably the best way to go about it. But you know what? I'm going to take a little break, and we'll be right back. All right. We are back. This is the continuation. I think we left off on Cobra Kai and talking about Netflix and how everything is lining up together with Netflix, or not so much. I think Hulu, HBO Max, Apple Plus, Paramount Plus, all the other places doing much better than Netflix right now, sadly enough. And you see like the content creators are making light of that. If you follow TikTok or Instagram, you see that they are going pretty hard talking about all these different things when it comes to all the different streaming platforms opposing Netflix. So there's that. Next up, you got Samuel L. Jackson joins the cast of Garfield. He's playing Garfield's father in this. And Garfield is being portrayed by Chris Pratt, so I'm going to probably skip out on this movie, but I'm not going to miss the opportunity to talk about Sam Jackson. Like, that'd be, come the fuck on. It's Sam Jackson. Like, I'm pro Sam Jackson, no matter what. So, like, putting him out there, regardless, like, has to be done. But, like, am I going to watch this or Mario? Probably not. So, there's that. This is also something I talked about on one of my episodes of FTO News, DC Wonder Twins movie not moving forward with HBO Max. That was a TV show. I guess I was wrong about that. Appa and May, AJ Appa and Isabel May, they were going to be playing the Wonder Twins. Like, we talked about this. If you guys have been paying attention, we talked about this. Having two white folks play characters that most comic book fans, at least, have seen like characters as Pan-Asian, alien, Pan-Asian descent. Like, come on. Like, no. And like they let them know about it. If you guys like saw the message boards, especially, I think one of the most potent places to look at message boards is either Reddit or Facebook, and simply because that's where the people who actually go to the movie theaters, people who actually shell out the money or are the most vocal about these things, they are on Facebook and Reddit. Like that's from my experience. I mean, like it could be Twitter, it could be TikTok, it could be even Instagram for all I know. But I think, me personally, from what I've seen, Reddit and Facebook are where like the people who have like the most quote unquote disposable income, they talk the most on Facebook from what I've seen. And like they were, even like, people that like I would see probably as bigoted were saying like these characters are Asian, which is very shocking to me. So yeah. Heartstopper for season 2 renewed for season 2 and 3 at Netflix. It seems like if things are working at Netflix, they wanted to keep working at Netflix, so they got to keep those lights on. I definitely think that like the whole Dave Chappelle thing really messed him up. That thing with Monique really messed him up. It seems like Netflix do have a lot of problems going on. Like, and the thing in India also, like they lost 200,000 subscribers in India because they did like some bigoted things. And when it came to their content, and talking about how like certain people should be like watching their content if they don't want to watch it, and like they said it in like an aggressive, bigoted kind of way. So, like when you do stuff like that, you run a business that's a visual entertainment business, and you say like some disparaging thing, people are gonna stop taking part in it, and they did. So 200,000 like subscribers. Stop following Netflix. So, it happens. And inflation, they're going to be $20 a month now. I mean, and they're trying to like they cancel shared subscription. Y'all should do that like years ago. Come on, like so. Yeah. Scott Eastwood to reprise his role as Little Nobody in Fast X. I didn't know he was in Fast X. And like, I guess it's like Fast and Furious 9. It's on HBO Max. I think it's also on Hulu, but I haven't watched it, so I didn't know. I guess this is a good thing. I mean, Scott Eastwood keeps trying to like reclaim the same kind of essence his father had. It ain't working out for him. We thought he was going to be like, like Top Dog and Suicide Squad. We were wrong about that. I guess like he made some heads turn in Fast 9, I'm assuming, because I watched Fast 8. I don't remember seeing him in it, so it has to be Fast 9. And he turned enough heads to be in Fast X. So I guess there's that. We'll see what happens. Horizon Zero Dawn series in early development at Netflix. See, now this is another thing I talked about in my FTO News. Horizon Zero Dawn. You have Gran Turismo. You got God of War. I thought to be nice, do little blurs about this also, that a lot of the TV shows, like the video game TV shows, or video games iterations are being made in the TV shows. And if you guys remember back in like the late 90s, the early 2000s, it was like they were being made into films, because we got stuff like Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, we got Assassin's Creed, Super Mario Brothers, Doom, D-O-O. Like one of the first times we saw The Rock as an antagonist was in Doom. I think Carl Urban was in it also. And like you got like all these different like iterations of video games being put into movies, and a lot of them bombed. But these TV shows seems to be doing pretty well. Like it seems to be like they're hitting all the right buttons, and like be nice at this like that. It's they hit so well simply because like you got more time like to fix the characters, to fix the story, to change what you need to change. And like I've said this before on the show, that like look at the WandaVision. A lot of the people made fun of like the first 3 episodes of WandaVision, and like that took me out personally. I think even Jonathan Bell had a video a while back. If you go back to his history, he talked about WandaVision, like how everyone was like was talking crap about WandaVision. Then episode 4 came on, everyone was excited and clapping. Like, yeah, that's how it was. But I have a 3-episode rule. Like I give it 3 episodes, and like I stopped on the 3rd episode midway. I stopped watching because it was just too much. Like you are not getting me with this, and I feel like, just like we talked about before, with fans commenting on Reddit and Twitter and other places, these executives, these writers, these producers, they see this. I mean, of course they do. I'm pretty sure like there's a sleeper person listening to my show because like they see the traffic that I put out there. Like I'm not trying to be narcissistic or egotistical. It's just like, wouldn't you? If you want to make your business better, like, you got people who are hardcore nerds giving you this information for free. Why wouldn't you listen to it? So I'm pretty sure like some of you out there, if you have a podcast or a social media platform, like you get a lot of revenue, foot traffic inside of it, there's someone watching what you're saying and retaining it and thinking about this and adapting this to their projects. I know a few people. I think Fax Project, James. If you guys know who I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But he has like a podcast he was just talking about with Brian Williams of Justice. I think that's the name of the comic book. He used to work for Concrete or work with Concrete. He was talking about something that like I thought like was a universal fact for more indie creators. But like when you create a story, it's easier for you to do world building because you can branch those characters out. You can put them out there in different spectrums. You can have like different points of views in the same universe. Like that's comics 101. That's storytelling 101 really. And like my major point is that it's easy to branch out and do more things and like to put like your ideas out there when it comes to a single solitary story, like a single story, episodic, and change it around as you please. And I feel like that's what Netflix is trying to do. That's what Apple Plus is trying to do. That's what Amazon is doing right now with The Boys. And Invincible, even. So, that's I mean, it's working for comic books. There's more and more hype about the comic book TV shows or different side iterations of comic books. Even like, what's the Jupiter's Legacy? Even that. People are still talking about that. Not as much, but still. Like that Super Crooks is doing really, like, people are still talking about Super Crooks, really. So, Jupiter's Legacy, probably not so much. But, like, the sheer universe of Jupiter's Legacy, yes. Lastly in news, Speed Racer live-action series in the works at Apple TV. J.J. Abrams is being the executive producer. I mean, this goes back to what I was just talking about, right? Yeah, so, I feel like if that Death Note movie was a miniseries, we may talk about it a little bit more. But, Cowboy Bebop was the thing, and people are still petitioning for that show to come back. Like, still. I still see petitions about, like, bringing back Cowboy Bebop Season 2. So, I haven't finished Cowboy Bebop because it ended, and it broke my heart when it ended. But, I'm here. I'm still here for whenever it comes back. Like, give it to me. Give me that good. If you guys are not following me on FTO Nerd Talk, you're missing out because we got the Battle Royale going on right now. It's a battle. As of right now, Prowler is out, Black Widow is out, Red X, Taskmaster, Green Arrow, Shang-Chi, Crossbones, and Night Thrasher are all out of the game. Out. OWT. Out. As of right now, if I go to Twitter and see like the update on the votes, we have the Katana Nighthawk battle, and Katana is winning 71% to 29%. Out of 28 votes, which is pretty interesting, actually. So, the Battle Royale is going strong. Always feel free to vote. Like, you don't have to follow me. Just go vote. Just go have some fun. Just go vote. I put a couple of panels out there. Like, like to give, like, ebb and flow of the characters' abilities and feats. I haven't put out any comic book recommendations out there. I haven't done that yet. But comic books out there to look out for. The Batman Annual 2022. Miles Morales 38, Shadow War Omega 1, Once and Future 26, X-Men 92, House of XC2 issue 2. I don't know what Roman numerals XC2 means. Is that 92? Is that what that is? Oh my god, that could be 92. The Walking Dead Deluxe issue number 40. What's Deluxe? What makes it Deluxe? Kurtman's still writing this too. Wow. Black Panther issue number 6. The Bob's Burger movie is in theaters right now. I should probably go see that. I think it's been out for 2 weeks now. Downton Abbey, a new era is coming out soon. Watcher, it's a movie. I saw a synopsis on this, and I forget what it was, but it seemed like it was really interesting. Kind of spooky. The Old Man also seemed pretty spooky. He has like a Bridges inside of it. So. Fire Island. I mean, it's Pride Month. Like, just go watch it. Like, don't even think about it. Just go watch it. It's on Hulu. Prehistoric Planet, Dash Cam. That seemed really interesting. Like, really, like, Big Brother-ish. And Crimes of the Future. So, that's a recap of the week. Got nothing else. I think that's all I got. I ate a whole sleeve of cookies. Looking through my pictures. Take a picture of cookies. I love cookies. It's my favorite go-to. If you get a chance, make sure you check out FTO Nerd Talk, wherever you find FTO Nerd Talk. Make sure you follow the Battle Royale that's going on Twitter right now. The TikTok has all the pictures, all the videos that I'm putting out there for it. The TikTok, guys, I'm showing my age. You were born in the 90s? Actually, I was born in the 80s, but it's whatever. The Boys is renewed for season 4 on Amazon. That's the last thing I got to say to you. So, with all that being said, I hope you guys have a good night. I'm posting a casting for Poison Ivy pretty soon. So, if you see the Poison Ivy, then you watch the episode, you wonder to yourself like, oh, hey, look at that. There you go. That's the reasoning. Until next time, you guys take it easy. Enjoy your night. I'll see you next week. Hey guys, D here of FTO Nerd Talk. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, tell your friends about FTO Nerd Talk. Got a lot of different shows for all of you. Make sure you tune in every week for a brand new episode. Take it easy.